Hey there everyone! Today we're going to go into a short Warrens dungeon. This is going to be mostly a channel review and also kind of just some obviously tips and tricks I usually try to do in these dungeons. But first I'm going to go over a little bit of the channel. I have gone back to a first shift job, which means the frequency of videos during the week will probably slow down. Thus you'll have to be relying more on those weekend videos once again that you probably saw about 2 months ago. My goal is still to get 3 out. What's coming down the pipeline, today you'll see a Plague Doctor in our lineup. The next review will be on the Plague Doctor. I believe I had a request for the Man-at-Arms, so I'm actually going to try to do the Man-at-Arms next. I'm also going to try to use my keyboard shortcuts here. There we go. Okay. Anyway, Man-at-Arms will probably be next, and an analytical video I'm working on is on short, medium, and long dungeons, and I guess I'll say which ones are the most beneficial for either gold, experience, fighting, loot, XYZ, whatever have you. I'm doing that. That takes a while though, because how I'm doing that is I obviously went through the whole dungeon, or dungeons. I'm doing 5 short battle, 5 short explore, and then I do 5 of each going up until I hit long. I only did 3 of each. I might go up to 5 for each, but they do take a little bit longer, hence the name long. But that's what's coming up the pipeline, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm hoping to get that done rather soon. And I believe I'll just keep doing these live playthroughs, the character reviews, and then that room one for now. I also want to get the trinkets out. The second part of the trinkets, which would be probably very rare bosses and maybe some of the hero specific, just to kind of go over what exactly is a good hero trinket and what's a bad hero trinket, and maybe ones I've used in the past. But that's what's coming up, so stick around. If you've recently subscribed, welcome to the channel. If you're just finding the channel, welcome. That's what's coming onto the channel. As always, if you want I don't want to call it a recommendation, if you have a, what's it called? A request? That's what they're called. If you have a request, please do it. I will try my best to do it, or either answer your question if I feel like it's not warranting a video, or if it's too specific for a video. I'll usually just try to do it in the comment below. If you're in the community, always try to help out our fellow Darkest Dungeon players here and give them some information, because I do not have all the answers, and I have not played this game every possible way, and I'm sure most of you have played this game very differently than I have. There we go. Thus you will have a different answer, and possibly much better for the situation at hand. So thank you for everyone contributing, as you always do in the videos. I always love seeing the comments, especially the ones that are different than me, because I love having that discussion down below. Now, that first fight, I talked mostly over that. It was kind of bad in a way, because I got a disease, someone got pushed back and all that, but it's not too bad. So in the Warrens, you're like, why did I bring along a Plague Doctor? Things have really high blight resistances, and that's very true. But once we get to my Plague Doctor's turn, I'm going to show you what I have on the Plague Doctor and why I'm not really too worried. Here we go. So we have the Hag's Ladle. If you don't know where you get that from, you're probably not too far in the game yet, but you can probably guess where that comes from. So that's 30% blight chance. And then we have the Blasphemous Vial, which is another 20, so you figured you get an extra 50. Making this 190. Even the average blight resistance of the creatures in here probably makes that around the 80-90% chance, so I'm really not too worried about their higher blight resistances. And obviously humans have a significantly lower. Things this party lacks is stress heals, and that's why you could argue I should have maybe stunned the cult to switch. However, I am at the portion in the game where stress damage isn't too much. I just felt like getting rid of the damage dealer because I could. I was hoping that stun would hit, therefore I wouldn't have to worry about her going. And now that she's in the front row here, we're going to have to use our Disorienting Blast, there we go, to stun her, which it will because I have so much stun chance with the Blasphemous Vial on. There was probably no way that wasn't going to happen. Now we're going to focus down the Cultist Champion. He got to go. I wanted to get him before he hit, like that. That's not too bad. He didn't even bleed. So we'll do a Divine Comfort, and yes, Divine Comfort. Get everyone back up, and then my Highwayman's actually going to focus the Cultist Witch, so we're not going to Grape Shot Blast, we're just going to shoot. because now we can just do this and he's dead. I mean, I'll just whack him again. I don't really care, but he was very dead regardless. That was an easier fight, only 3 enemies. I'd like to get another 4 fight. Hopefully 2 of these next rooms have battles, but you never know. All 3 of them could be fights. Only one of them could be a fight. We have another fight already. So 140% on a Flesh Eater, that's actually really good for blight resistance, but I still have a 50% chance. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to stun it, because I have a pretty good chance of doing that. Yeah, I got stunned. And then I'm going to Grape Shot Blast. There we go. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. And we're just going to kill the Bone Militias, because they're the ones that could go. And then I don't need a heal, so we're going to see if we can't, like... Alright, what's that, 2 misses now? Come on, Trilly, whatever your name is. Come on. We're going to see if we can blight here. It's 50% chance. We got it. And we just need to do 1 more damage, which doesn't really matter which skill I do. Boom, 31. There we go. Like I said, hoping to get other rooms other than just that 1 battle room at the beginning. There we go. Okay. This is a good one. Now, we got an interesting lineup here. Because I'm debating if I want to try to double stun. Because I can heal the damage. So I think I'm going to... Oh my gosh, it's 3. You're going to be off the team. I'm going to try to stun. Because I don't have stress heals. And if I can also stun the champ... Okay. Because that would have been the main point of damage. Now the interesting thing about this is Grape Shot would hit the meat hooker. But I kind of want to riposte. So we're going to try riposte. Then with this, we're hoping to do some more bleed and plague DOT, or blight DOT. Don't know why I said plague. And the good news with that is that actually pushed the centaur back. So these two don't really synergize well because they want to go back and he wants to go back as well. So they'll be constantly swapping each other, and hopefully thus they never get some of their better abilities down. So that would be a that's a shame. Okay. If he didn't get to go before my Flagellant, I could have actually, if both of them, dang, I missed out. Ow. That's why I wanted to bleed both of them, because then they probably would have both died. But now we're in the situation where they both didn't die. Point blank. Ooh, baby. I was kind of hoping that would move them, because then I could just, well, actually, no, I wouldn't have done anything. And we get the critical on him. I'm pretty sure they're both dead. Yeah, they're both dead. Hopefully he trot retreats. Nice. Easy, easy, because they'll die. I actually don't want to focus either of these, because then they'll die, thus manually bringing them up. Therefore, he can't do his normal big attack, and we've dodged a bullet. And I'm just going to add some DOT to them, 90% chance, definitely got it. Like I said, as it's happening, they're dying. I just want to do some physical... It's not 4 misses? You're off the team, Vestal, I'm sorry. That's 1 too many misses. And once again, we're going to keep that riposte up. Hopefully he gets targeted and maybe a critical to kill him. Darn, he didn't get targeted. Ah, jeez, another critical. That's going to be a stun on her. Oh, no. No. So far my main complaint about this run / playthrough, whatever you want to call it, is that I have 0 stress heals. And my Plague Doctor has sadly gone to 50 stress. That's pretty high. Now, as I said before, I don't really care too much. I'm in the late game, and also I feel pretty comfortable that my individual will not get into an affliction status. You never know. You don't really want to play around with it too long. It's not something exactly you're like... Once you're around that 50 mark, it gets a little iffy. This gives you a quirk. I can't remember which one. It's always a specific one, I believe. It's, can't remember what it is. I just don't want to do it. I like the quirks I have. Alright, we have another Swine Champion. We have Swine Heaver. Heaver needs to die. Rain of Sorrows is always a great ability to do that, especially with a critical. I think I'm going to stun and not Plague Grenade, in hopes that I get to move before it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And maybe if it can hit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alright, nice critical. The reason why I finished it off right away and didn't allow the bleed to go through, it was kind of, in a way, screwing up my order of operations, I'll call it. I wanted to keep adding DOT to it, but if it got to go, it would go, and then I'd feel weird about it. I don't know. The way I was thinking about it just didn't seem right to leave it alive. Therefore, I didn't. I also am debating if I want to stun the Swine Slayer or start killing off the Swine Champion. I'm probably going to kill off the Champion. Start really stacking that DOT up on him. Have the Swine Slayer hopefully get stunned by. There we go. I just don't want to use my better abilities on the Swine Slayer and have my much stronger DOT abilities and raw damage happen to the Swine Champion. And as you can see right there, he's on Trot Retreat, which I believe is somewhat, I don't want to call it like a glitch, but sometimes when he gets stuck in positions 2 to 3, he just keeps Trot Retreating, which is a really good spot to keep Swine Tars occasionally. Not always, I won't say it always works, but it can be a pretty good spot. We do need to kill off this Swine Slayer though, so I am going to change back, because he can actually do a decent amount of damage or stun, and I just don't want him doing that right now. I wouldn't have done enough. See, that's what I'm talking about. Mother cracker. So frustrating. So frustrating. He is going to die by the bleed DOT. So this run through, it's been okay. I've taken some considerable damage. A little bit of stress damage. I think the lineup's fun. Fun. Yeah, well, the lineup was fun. Don't get me wrong. I did enjoy this lineup. I just think I got maybe a couple of criticals against me and a couple of misses on the Vestal for sure. That kind of hurt me in the end. Overall, though, it was pretty good. I mean, what? 3 stress, 6 stress, 0 stress. No one died. We got 1 disease, which is just unlucky. That's... Maybe you can call that an error on my end because I didn't put on disease resist trinket. I don't know. Diseases are diseases, and when you go into warrens, you almost have to expect getting 1 if you let a heaver alive long enough, in all honesty. So I'm really not blaming myself for the disease. Only 1 negative quirk, that's not too bad. Overall, a good fight. The warrens, you can obviously go blight in the warrens, just make sure you stack a couple of extra. Ooh, I guess I'm doing Colors Madness next. Oh, a quick update on Colors Madness. I do need to do another video on that. So I got the 159 recently, and that was done with a Man-at-Arms, Highwayman, and a Leper with a Vestal. Once again, it's kind of a Virtue cheese. I got the Vestal and a Virtue, which really helped out everyone keep their stress down. Thus, I didn't have to worry about having a Jester along for stress heals. Also, between those 3, I could increase my dodge. Thus, the memories, I think I used like the bolster, the Man-at-Arms, like 3 to 4 times, and thus I almost never got hit, which was really nice and add a lot of stress. Now, what I will say is, I think I actually got screwed, because I fought the Crocodilian and the Things from the Stars as my 2 boss fights. If you haven't played either of the DLC, which you have at least played Color Madness if you're interested in Color Madness and you want me to make a video on that, the Things from the Stars is a pretty brutal fight if you don't have armor piercing, and between the Man-at-Arms, Leper, and Highwayman, they have 0 of that. So trying to kill that thing while it did its blight and stress damage was just brutal. I think that fight put me in affliction status for 2, and that pretty much ended the run. Because before that, I had the Crocodilian just crap on me. I mean, if you never did the Crimson Court DLC, there we go. It's one of the... Well, I won't say anything, but it's a pretty hard boss, I'll call it. Not to ruin anything, but it is something you encounter. It's rather hard, and I got both of them. I think I could have handled many other bosses fairly well. I had the tools for it. But I have specific lineups for both of those bosses, and the lineup I had is not the lineup I recommend, at least on a regular basis, if you can prepare going in. So I got to pretty much 160. I did a double Shieldbreaker Jester Vestal combo, and I did actually get to about 100. Now what happened there, and I think I got a little unlucky, was it pretty much fizzled out right at the memory fight, if you know Colors of Madness. I just couldn't dodge the big hit abilities, and everyone got too stressed. Maybe I didn't do something right. I also wasn't getting my criticals, which were about 50 to 60% chance. I was getting kind of screwed on my 50-50s, so to say, so I wasn't pumping out the damage I was thinking I was going to do. But I tell you what, double Shieldbreaker, Vestal, and Jester definitely mow through normal enemies like no problem. I got to almost the same spot of like the 100 kills on the, what I want to call it, the double shield breaker. If you would have compared that to the Highwayman, man-at-arms, and the other person, it was so much faster. It was probably twice as fast. So maybe the shield breaker is a better getting to a memory and ending at a memory combo, but maybe not advancing to 200 to 300. Now, once again, I tried it once, so therefore, if I got maybe more lucky on my criticals and dodged more, it could have been a completely different story. Because even if I got a Things from the Stars fight, the shield breakers can obviously do that much better than the combo had. Thank you for watching. Stick around. I am going to try to get out the Plague Doctor review probably Saturday or Sunday. Enjoy your week.